This is my audience. Organ donation. More than 90% of all people have heard about organ donation. 86% know about tissue donation, and 90% say that they support organ donation, but only 30% of all people take steps to become a donor. Many never sign up to become an organ donor because they don't know. They have lack of information about donating organs and misunderstanding. A lot of them are also afraid to talk about death and dying. So today I would like to discuss organ donation and what you can do to save a life. What is organ donation? Organ donation takes a healthy organ from one person and transplants them into another. Organ donation usually occurs for patients with kidney disease, kidney failure, heart disease, lung disease, and cirrhosis of the liver. For patients who usually need kidney or liver transplants, they can get those from a living donor because people have 2 kidneys, so a person can live without one of those. And the liver is considered a regenerative organ, so if you take some of it, it can actually grow back. However, if a patient needs a heart, lung, pancreas, or even a cornea transplant, these organs do need to come from a deceased donor, obviously, because somebody cannot live without a heart. Transplant is usually the last course of action to a treatment, and if the patient is willing and able, their doctor can work with them and put them on a list, and this list is called the UNOS. UNOS stands for United Networks for Organ Sharing. This database is for all transplant patients awaiting organs and the information on all organ transplant centers around the country. There's teams of doctors that decide who will get the organs, and this is based on where they are on the list, how long they've been on it. These are all factors that come into play when somebody's on this list and when they will get their organ. Acceptable donors to be put on this list is people who are not on this list, but donors for this. Donors must be brain dead, but they are still put on life support. So they're technically dead, but their organs are kept alive so that they don't die and they remain healthy. And a match is made when both the donor and the recipient have the same blood and tissue types, along with other advanced medical factors that need to come into play. And also, well, that was it for that, sorry. There are many myths about becoming an organ donor. Most of them are not true, and that's another reason why people do not become donors, because they don't know the whole truth. One thing is, if I agree to donate my organs, the hospital won't work as hard to save my life. This is not true. People usually think this because, the world is in desperate need of donors, but it's not true. A lot of doctors, all doctors will work on you the same, no matter what, if you're a donor or not. Another one is, an open casket is not an option for organ donors. This is also not true. The donor's body is fully clothed in the casket. It covers up all scars or markings. If they happen to take bone from the donor, they will put a rod in place so that the body doesn't look distorted in the casket. And another one is, I'm too old to donate. This is also not true. There's no cutoff age for donating, and there have been many successful donations from people in their 70s or 80s. Donation is based on medical criteria, not age. More than 114,000 men, women, and children currently need life-saving organ transplants. About every 10 minutes, another name is put on the list, and about 18 people on the list die each day. This is due, obviously, from a lack of donors. As of 2011, there were only 28,000 donors, and only that amount of organ transplants as well. As you can see, this is a big number, from 114,000 to only 28. That's a lot of people going without organs. If everyone who qualifies signs up to donate, this number would change drastically. These people who do sign up to save a life are giving a second chance to those who are unfortunate. Experts say that the organs from one donor can save as many as 50 people. That's a lot of people that one life can save. Kidneys can be given to a person who is struggling with diabetes. A heart can be given to a young male who is experiencing heart failure. And even you can provide an organ for a family member. Livers, lungs, pancreas, skins, intestines, bones, and even your eyes can be donated. This is a small list of organs that another life can use after you've died. About 45% of all organ transplants are successful. This may seem like a small number to some people, but to those receiving organ transplants, this is a huge number. Most people who go through an organ transplant, they're very grateful, along with their family and their friends. It can even make the grieving process a lot easier for the donor's family. The simple fact that the donor is doing a good deed, or that their life is kind of being given to another person, it can make the grieving process more calming, can make the family feel more satisfying about the death of a family member. And while the donor is still living, it can give that person a feeling of a sense of worth. They can feel a boost in their self-esteem, and they can even feel pride about themselves, because it's definitely something to be proud about, being an organ donor. And to become an organ donor, you need to register with your state donor registry by going to organdonor.gov and registering online according to what state you live in. When you get on here, you can just put in your basic information like your name, age, weight, height, where you live, and it can be put on your driver's license. If you go through DMV, you can tell them you're a donor. It'll be on your driver's license. And if you don't have a driver's license, you can get a card similar to this shown on the screen, and that you can just carry around with you at all times. And it's also helpful that you should talk to your family members about what you wish to do about donation if that time does come and you're not able to tell people yourselves what you would like to do with your organs. So as you can see, donating an organ can save a life. It's really a simple process to sign up. It's rewarding, it's free. There's nothing more precious than life itself, and just think one day you may need to depend on an organ donor to live. And this is my audience at the end. Thank you.